Peter Jung, though it's a craftsman, his works reflect in many ways the skills and practice attained from his studies as a cabinet builder. The assembly of a cabinet or furniture, as small as they may seem, are very detailed. You must understand how each element is put together, how they come apart, how they will be used, and the quality of life they offer to those users.
If I have to do a building, I have an image what the building should be and how it should feel, what kind of atmosphere it should have. And this is not a moral category or ethical category of honesty or not honesty or something. This is more being truthful to my feeling for the place or my feeling for the task, for the use of the building. Designing for me is sort of a physical act. At the end is a physical object. And I have to make sure that I, as soon as possible, get in contact with this physical object I'm dreaming of. And the dream is also, in my case, if I dream of a building, it's an image, it's not an abstract thought. I don't have any abstract dreams. I only have concrete dreams. I try with my buildings to stimulate, to provoke a feeling for the place. Each place has a history. We know that. It's a memorial for the people who had worked here in very poor conditions. I feel a lot of compassion when you imagine how people had to work here, what they had to do. This was hardship. And so, in a way, the architecture should speak a little bit of labor,
Jungtho's design
simple things,
feels very
and so
personal.
these two things, important.
They are meant for something, as he states, to invoke a feeling. As I have carried us through this architectural work, the images of the building and its interior alone speaks volumes in its subtle expressions and pulls you into a story where there are deep connections with history. The Zingmai Museum represents a journey of small construction. 4 clusters of buildings consisting of service building / parking lot and access stairs all in one area. That we move on to the mining cafe, mining gallery, and finally the staging area. Further down the path leads to the actual zinc mine. Each building showcases a different character. At the center, we will explore the zinc cafe and the mining gallery. After entering the site through the parking lot and access stairs area, you will progress toward the mining cafe. At the exterior, we see a streamlined panoramic window overlooking the wood valley. The materiality is a charcoal texture splashed in with some sleek table furniture and seating made from natural wood. The space looks free and open, and the craft of the furniture reflects a minimalist feeling to the space. The tone of the lighting serves the idea as well. It does not overwhelm the space and is functionally appropriate. Moving toward the mining gallery, we approach a linear form extending to the side of the hills. Its foundation and structure also commands a view for themselves as they work together with the form to present a whole crafting language. As you enter the space, the charcoal-like texture dominates the gallery space. The wood texture and lighting of the mining cafe broke up the dark tone of the interior and exterior of the space. However, here is the mining gallery. The natural lighting takes that rose to relieve the space of that dark tone, but also provides the lighting platform for the displayed artifacts. The use of the natural elements is powerful, but so subtle in its application to space. During our months of readings, this project has made me think about the debate between the whites and greys. One sought to break away from history while the other sought to utilize it to find their own ways to make it better. In a way, it made me reflect how this project could have been created otherwise, a contrast to what it is now, and will it be successful. There's a time and place for each argument, and the labeling of goods clouds the value of what they each produce. However, for this project, I believe that neither will be successful in this case. This project is not white and or gray. It will simply is, in my opinion, because it's quite direct with what it represents and no more. The architecture and atmosphere of this project is so steeped in history that it would be different to see it displayed in any other way. It is significance its history itself, the history of the people, and the history of the hardships of life, but also the simplicity of life. These design gestures are very important in terms of showing the meaning of the architecture to the visitors. As we always said in the class, if there are no thoughtful intentions, then it will only be just a container in the field. Jung Thought chose to honor every detail in his design and granted them meanings through his simplicity of the craft, materiality, and the art of coming together to present one only what is necessary and nothing more. The journey itself feels like a story of material and craft that does not take away from the story and history of the mind, but enhances it. Like the creation of the project, the path feels like it's also a part of the artistic process. Thank you for joining me on the journey and listening to my video. Hope you are all safe and continue down the path of artistic process.